Long ago, in a peaceful African village surrounded by hills and a thick forest, the people lived happily, farming, fishing, and celebrating together. But hidden among their joyful songs was an old warning. The elders often spoke of a mysterious man with golden eyes. They said anyone who met him would never be the same again. Some believed he was blessed, others believed he was cursed. No one knew the truth. In that village lived a kind and fearless young woman named Amina. Unlike everyone else, she never judged people by rumors. She believed every story had another side. One evening, as Amina returned from the river, she heard someone crying for help. Following the voice, she found a young man trapped beneath a fallen tree branch. When he looked up, she saw that his eyes shone like gold. For a moment, she remembered the elders' warnings. But instead of fear, she saw kindness and pain in his eyes. Ignoring the stories, she helped him to his feet. "My name is Kito," the young man said. "Thank you for saving my life." Amina took him to the village, where the healer treated his injuries. As days passed, Kito earned everyone's respect. He worked hard, helped the villagers, and showed kindness wherever he went. Soon, Amina and Kito fell in love. When Kito asked Amina to marry him, she happily agreed. The whole village celebrated their wedding with songs, dancing, and laughter. Only one person remained worried, the village elder. Before the couple left for Kito's home beyond the forest, the elder handed Amina a small leather pouch. "Inside this pouch is sacred chalk blessed by our ancestors," he said. "Keep it safe, and only open it if your life is in great danger." Amina thanked him and placed the pouch carefully among her belongings. As the newlyweds disappeared into the forest, no one noticed that Kito's golden eyes were glowing brighter than ever before. And deep within the forest, something was waiting for them. As night fell, Amina and Kito walked deeper into the forest. The trees grew taller, and the path became darker. Strange birds called from the branches, and the wind whispered through the leaves. Amina noticed that Kito had become quiet. Every now and then, he looked over his shoulder as if someone, or something, was following them. "My husband," she asked gently, "why do you seem afraid?" Kito forced a smile. "Do not worry," he replied. "We are almost home." After many hours, they reached a beautiful hut hidden beneath giant trees. It looked peaceful, but Amina felt a strange chill as she stepped inside. That night, she was awakened by a deep growling sound. She looked beside her. Kito was gone. Carefully, she walked outside and followed the sound into the forest. Behind the trees, she saw a shadow unlike any human. Its golden eyes glowed in the darkness. Before she could move closer, the shadow disappeared. Moments later, Kito returned from the same direction, breathing heavily. "Where were you?" Amina asked. "I went to fetch water," Kito answered quickly, avoiding her eyes. Amina wanted to believe him, but something did not feel right. The next morning, she remembered the elder's warning. She touched the small leather pouch hidden among her belongings but did not open it. She whispered to herself, "The truth always reveals itself in time." Little did Amina know that the greatest secret of her husband's life was about to be uncovered. The following night, Amina could not sleep. She waited quietly until Kito rose from his bed and slipped out of the hut. This time, she followed him without making a sound. The moon shone through the trees as Kito walked deeper into the forest. At last, he reached a large cave hidden behind thick vines. Amina hid behind a rock and watched. Suddenly, Kito's golden eyes began to glow brighter than ever before. A strange light surrounded him, and from the darkness emerged an old spirit with a voice like rolling thunder. "You have returned," the spirit said. "Have you told your wife the truth?" Kito lowered his head. "No," he replied sadly. "I feared she would leave me." The spirit sighed. "A curse hidden only grows stronger." Amina stepped out from behind the rock. "There is no more hiding," she said bravely. Kito turned in shock. "Amina, you should not be here." With tears in his eyes, Kito confessed. "Many years ago, my family broke a sacred promise to the forest. As punishment, the ancestors placed this curse upon me. Every full moon, I must answer the call of the forest spirit. If the curse is not broken, I will slowly lose my humanity forever." Amina remembered the elder's leather pouch. She took it from her clothing but hesitated. The elder had warned her to open it only if her life was in great danger. As the cave began to shake and the spirit's voice grew louder, Amina realized that moment had finally come. With trembling hands, she untied the pouch. A bright white light burst into the cave, and the sacred chalk fell into her hands. The spirit cried out as the lights filled every corner of the cave. The lights flashed brightly. The sacred chalk glowed in Amina's hands. Remembering the elder's words, she knelt down and drew a circle around herself and Kito. As the last line was completed. As the sun rose over the hills, Amina and Kito returned to their village. The villagers gathered around them in surprise. "The man with the golden eyes has returned," they whispered. The village elder stepped forward and looked carefully at Kito. His eyes no longer shone with a mysterious golden light. Instead, they reflected peace and kindness. The elder smiled. "The ancestors have lifted the curse," he said. "The truth has finally been revealed." Kito bowed his head before the villagers. "For many years, I hid my past because I feared being rejected. But hiding the truth only gave fear more power. It was Amina's courage and the wisdom of our elders that set me free." The villagers listened in silence. One by one, they realized they had judged Kito because of stories and rumors instead of getting to know him. The village chief raised his walking stick and declared, "From this day forward, we will not judge others by appearances or by the tales we hear. We will seek the truth with open hearts." The crowd cheered with joy. Soon, drums echoed through the village once again. Men, women, and children danced together as Amina and Kito led the celebration. The forest, once filled with fear, became a place of peace and respect. Kito kept his promise to protect it, and the villagers cared for it as a gift from the ancestors. Years later, parents would gather their children around the evening fire and tell the story of the woman who married the man with golden eyes. They would always end with these words: "True courage is found in kindness. True wisdom is found in seeking the truth. And true love sees beyond appearances."